This is the quick audio test and cinematic versus portrait video test on Samsung Galaxy S25 and iPhone 16. We have a triple camera setup on Galaxy S25 and dual camera system on iPhone 16. I think that's it for the quick audio test and portrait video. Let the battle begin. On the widest field of view, which is 1x, you would notice that Galaxy S25 is wider than the competition. The skin tone is also warmer and colorful, but iPhone 16 is natural tone that some people might prefer. Galaxy tends to crush the blacks a little bit compared to the iPhone. Looking at my jacket, indoors you got a reddish face on S25 and yellowish on iPhone 16. On 2x or the main sensor, it's the other way around. You got a darker shade on iPhone 16 and the blacks is a little bit bluish on the Samsung phone. Still, there's more details on the face on iPhone 16. There's no filter or beautification, while the skin tone is brighter and popping out on Galaxy S25. Good thing about both phones is the edge detection. They can detect foreground and background.
That'll blow your mind. Now let me show you something that'll blow your mind.
On portrait zoom, there's no competition because Galaxy S25 has 3 times optical zoom and it uses that sensor for portrait zoom, while we only have 1x and 2x on the iPhone 16.
Turning heads, I like where this is going. Make you look twice, make you look twice. All of this looks like gold.
On the selfie portrait, you got nice skin tone on Galaxy S25. There's beautification, while it's natural and muted on iPhone 16. I think this is more of a personal choice, but I feel in terms of details and exposure, both phones are very good.
All the colors here, all the colors here. Are you seeing clear?
We're testing the video quality test, starting with the selfie video recording, 4K 60 FPS. Later, we will do the outdoors, the stabilization, and portrait video. Both phones has 12 megapixel sensor, but in terms of video quality, Galaxy S25 is natural looking. There's details on my face as well, while it is warmer and beautified on iPhone 16. Now let's check the rear cameras. Now we're testing the rear cameras again in 4K 60 FPS, so both 12 megapixel sensor, f2.2 13mm on Galaxy S25, and we have f2.2 13mm as well on iPhone 16. We have super steady video on Samsung Galaxy S25. Later we will test this, and we also have dual face detection autofocus on iPhone 16. Now let's check the main sensor. Alright, the main sensor battle, 50 megapixel sensor on Samsung Galaxy S25 and 48 megapixel on iPhone 16. The biggest difference of both phones is you have 8K video recording on Samsung Galaxy S24. And pardon me, this is Samsung Galaxy S25, not S24. So this is 8K 30 FPS video recording on the main sensor. Now let's switch to the zoom. And lastly, we're doing the zoom, 3 times optical zoom on Samsung Galaxy S25. This is a 10 megapixel sensor. While we're cropping in 3 times digitally on iPhone 16. So I guess that's it for our video test. Now let's check some image quality test. On the image quality test, you would see that the background blur is creamier on the iPhone 16. Also, the colors of the bears are natural looking compared to the competition. Also, you would see that the white balance is warmer on Galaxy S25, which also affects the colors in general. It is warmer and more inviting than the iPhone. If you look on the shadow, it's better exposed on Samsung Galaxy S25. Also, if you look on the lights, S25 is managing it better. Generally, the colors are more saturated on Galaxy S25 and natural looking and toned down on iPhone 16. Again, I would say a little bit muted. This is a matter of personal preference. I think a lot of people also prefer colors closer in real life. If you're considering any of these two phones in terms of image quality, I think you would be happy owning any of these two phones. But in terms of focal length, you have ultra-wide main sensor and 3 times optical zoom on S25, and the Samsung phone can reach up to 30 times. The latest upgrade on these two phones is the slow motion. They can both shoot 4K 120 FPS on both the ultra-wide and the main. This is the stabilization test, starting with the selfie video recording in 4K 60 FPS on both phones. So looking at the sky, it's a little bit windy today. You can see on the leaves right there. Now let's try video stabilization. Now let's check the rear cameras. So we're starting with the ultra wide lens. Galaxy S25 versus iPhone 16. Look at the clouds. I think bluer on S25. Look at the colors of the trees, the exposure. Again, you can see the wind. It's a windy day today. Now let's check the video stabilization. You got super steady video on Galaxy S25. Now we're switching to the main sensor. 50 megapixel versus 48 megapixel. Look at the colors of the branch of this tree. Also the exposure. I think better exposed on S25. Look at the colors of that house and the sky. Pretty good on both phones, honestly. Now let's check video stabilization. Now we also have 3 times optical zoom on Samsung Galaxy S25, and we can go digitally on iPhone 16. So this is 3 times digital crop, and looking at the quality, you can see that it is sharper and you got more details on S25. Again, video stabilization. And going for the farthest zoom, we got 11 or 12x on Galaxy S25 and only 6x on iPhone 16. Again, switching back to the main or the ultra wide, 0.5 on iPhone 16 and 0.6 on Galaxy S25. Which phone do you think is better? On low light condition or night shot with enough light, you will notice that iPhone 16 has natural looking tone. In terms of details, looking at the brick, both looks identical. 50 megapixel versus 48 megapixel with pixel binning technology. Also, the exposure is brighter on iPhone 16 and the contrast is stronger looking at the sky. But if you look on pitch black condition, you will notice that S25 has better autofocus and white balance than iPhone 16. iPhone tends to hunt on the autofocus on almost no light. On the ultra wide, I like iPhone 16. On the main sensor, it's Galaxy S25, and on zoom, again, Galaxy S25.
I ain't got nothing to prove, so just roll with this. Yeah, baby, roll with this. I can do this all day. I can do this all day. Back up, I'ma run this.
This is the low light video recording test, starting with selfie video recording 4K 60 FPS, the highest resolution and frame rates on both phones. So we have 12 megapixel on each phones. In terms of noise reduction, I think iPhone 16 is doing a pretty good job on this, and also the exposure, and also warmer compared to Galaxy S25. Now we're testing the rear cameras of both phones. This is a 12 megapixel sensors on both Galaxy S25 and iPhone 16. So this is again in 4K 60 FPS. I think the biggest difference here is the exposure, better exposed and warmer on Galaxy or on iPhone 16. And you have a softer and natural looking tone on Galaxy S25. Now this is the main sensor on both phones. So we have a 50 megapixel sensor on Galaxy S25 and 48 megapixel, 2 megapixel shy on iPhone 16. We also have 8K video recording on Samsung Galaxy S25 on the main sensor. We will test this right now. And this is the 8K video recording on Samsung Galaxy S25 versus 4K 60 FPS on iPhone 16. A little bit soft on Galaxy S25. Weird because it's 8K, twice the size as the 4K of Galaxy or iPhone 16. I think that's it for the main sensor. Now let's check the zoom. And lastly, we have the zoom capability on Samsung Galaxy S25. This is a 10 megapixel sensor. While we're doing the digital zoom on iPhone 16, we're using the 3x digital crop on the main sensor. So in terms of selfie video recording, ultra-wide main sensor and zoom, which phone do you think is better? So this is the video resolution test. This is 4K 60 FPS on iPhone 16. And this is 8K 30 FPS on Samsung Galaxy S25. I think that's it for our comparison video. Which phone do you think is better? Thank you guys for watching. See you in the next one.